Hello everybody and welcome back to the Mastermind series. I'm your host Tim Jordan, and today's episode is not just a showdown, it's a full funnel face-off. Today we've got three master marketers in the hot seat, and they're going head-to-head in a friendly 3-round face-off. Their challenge? Well, they've got 3 rounds, and they've got 1 product, and they've got to build the ultimate full funnel marketing plan. For this, a pet backpack with a window.
Wow, that's a tough one.
That's interesting.
Now, round 1 is all about discoverability. So sellers, you've got to show us your best Amazon sponsored ads campaigns. So what combination of sponsored ads would you use?
Since this product is so cute and so unique, I think it deserves some visibility through video ads. People aren't necessarily looking for a product like this, but once they see it in action, they will instantly want it. So I would spend about 50% of my budget on video ads, about 10% on display remarketing ads, and about 40% on sponsored product campaigns, targeting basic words related to pet carriers.
I'd start by using MC Cloud to build competitive audience segments. Specifically, I'd exclude shoppers who purchased similar products in the past 30 days, and instead focus on those who showed interest but didn't convert. Another group I'd target people who bought kitten-related items in the past 180 days, but never purchased a cat backpack or any similar.
So which targeting strategy would you apply?
For sponsored brands, I will mainly run category targeting with price refinements. This will ensure that my ad is only shown to those shoppers that are viewing products similar in price to my product. I will also target specific ASINs of other sellers where I have a better chance of conversion, such as if my price is better or if I have better reviews. I'll also use a handful of long-tail keywords with the highest relevance. And I'll also proactively add negative keywords for other types of pets. Now for sponsored products, I will run a mix of manual and auto campaigns, but I will watch my budget and keep it tight.
I think I use multi-track approach. First one, manual keywords. Hit the high volume terms like cat backpack and long tail variants. For the second one, maybe ASIN targeting. I will go after visually different but functionally similar items. For the third one, auto campaigns, I'll set focus on the broad exposure and another one optimized for the relevance. And the last one, negative targeting, remove irrelevant terms like dog accessories to avoid wasting any ad spends. All of this is adjusted using insight from AMC data to bias budget toward high potential audience groups.
All right, sellers, so some real talk here. When it comes to placement modifiers, are you chasing top of search, or are you spreading your bets across the rest of search and product pages?
My typical strategy is to have a 40% top of search multiplier and a 15% rest of search multiplier, and I keep my product pages multipliers to 0. This protects my ad efficiency while giving me maximum visibility on the top of search. But the most important thing is to regularly watch placement data and adjust your settings based on where you're seeing the maximum return on investment.
I think top of search is my main focus, especially for high intense keywords early on. This helps building listing momentum and conversions, I think. At the same time, I allocate budget to specific product pages, especially for similar ASINs, to catch a last mile conversions.
All right, contestants, now tell me, do you apply the placement modifiers equally across all the campaigns?
So for sponsored product campaigns, I typically apply placement modifiers to single keyword or single target campaigns only. The reason is that placement modifiers take effect at the campaign level. So if my campaign targets multiple keywords, each of them could have different levels of efficiency, which would make bid optimization quite hard. For sponsored brand campaigns with storefront landing pages, I tend to decrease the rest of search multipliers by 99%, as this prioritizes top of search, and this is great for awareness campaigns that do really well at the top of search. And for sponsored brand video campaigns that have product detail pages as their landing page, I let the algorithm decide the best mix of top and rest of search.
I change placement setting based on my campaign goal. When I launch products, I focus on top of search with higher bids. It helps people discover the product. For ranking, I spread ads across top of search, product pages, and rest of search for balance. For marketing or brand protection, I keep bids low. The shopper already knows the brands, so I don't need so placements. Spending too much here may waste budget with significantly better results.
All right, so contestants, tell our audience now, how do you monitor the performance by placement? Or when do you pull back, or when do you scale up?
I monitor performance by tracking placement reports quickly. If a position, whether top of search, breadth of search, or product pages, show a high conversion rate and a strong ROAS, I scale the campaign by increasing the budget for that placement. Conversely, if costs rise while conversion decline, I reduce the placement modifier to optimize spend.
All right, so this next one is a classic debate. When you're launching sponsored ads, do you promote the parent ASIN, pick your top performing child ASIN, or do you give each variation its own time and shine?
That's a good one. I like to start a campaign advertising all of the child ASINs, give it some time to collect data, and then decide which ASINs to stop advertising. I let the data guide me. But if you have a mature product with lots of stable ASINs, you can also use the one that has the best click-through rate to bring shoppers into your funnel and then let them decide which variation they prefer. Wow, that round was intense in the best possible way. I was intrigued by David's launch strategy, leveraging AMC data to build audience segments of people who've searched kitten-related items in the past 180 days, but have never purchased a cat backpack or similar. I, on the other hand, took a more creative approach of using sponsored brand video ads to educate the audience with UGC-style educational content, since a lot of people wouldn't have thought of buying this product on their own. These may sound like different strategies, but they can totally be combined into an even more holistic launch tactic.
All right, folks, I hope you're keeping up because round two is where things get social. This backpack practically begs to go viral. But how are you going to make this happen? What is your Amazon game plan? How are you making sure it actually drives sales?
The best kind of content is educational, humorous, or surprising. It needs to start with a hook that is intriguing for problem-unaware and problem-aware audiences. For audiences who are completely unaware of this product category, the goal would be to spark curiosity and create emotional appeal. I would lead with an educational hook that reframes the product in a fun, unexpected way, like spaceship for cats. You know, cat owners are driven by one thing. They love their fur babies and they want to make them look adorable. So by highlighting the cuteness factor and the novelty, we can make them stop and smile and want it, even if they've never seen it before. For a problem-aware audience, my goal would be to reflect the issue that they're already feeling without being too on the nose. So I'd frame the message in a way that validates their concerns, like indoor cats weren't meant to be living on windowsills. In a subtle way, you're saying that, hey, I know you've got a problem, and here's a gentle nudge towards a solution. The goal would be to create resonance before reason.
When I brief creators, I tell them to keep it real, not just funny, but useful. So the product in action, not just unboxings.
So I need to ask about video ads. How would you run these for a cat backpack?
The most important and accessible video type on Amazon is sponsored brands video. This is within the reach of every seller.
So these are definitely some bold pieces of marketing plan and I love them. The cat is out of the bag. So now on to the algorithm.
Reduce flow, yep, very tight. Tones was very sharp. Immediately grabbing, I kept mine minimal, so numbers looking fine, but something's off.
All right, now it all comes down to this. How does your funnel flow? How do you guide a shopper from scrolling to buying? I'm gonna give you this clipboard and I'm gonna give you 20 seconds to draw out your ideal funnel. All right, everybody, time's up. And it looks like you have drawn a lot for just 20 seconds. But let's show the audience what you've drawn. Ritu, we'll start with you.
Okay, all right. So every part of this funnel is important for brand building and conversion, but only if each layer is doing its job. At the top, you're grabbing attention and creating desire. In the middle, you're reinforcing relevance. And at the bottom, you're removing friction and closing the loop. That's why we don't just run ads, we architect a full funnel strategy that meets shoppers wherever they are, from discovery all the way to cart recovery.
David?
Okay, I don't follow the usual top to the bottom funnel structure. I go reverse, start at the bottom and work upward because Amazon rewards high converting listing with more traffic. By focusing on the conversions first, I ignite the flywheel earlier. My goal is that get conversions fast, build sales velocity, and signal to Amazon that the products deserve visibility.
To me, this funnel tells a seamless story. From the moment someone sees a product on TikTok, to reading reviews, getting storytelling emails, and finally making the purchase decision. Every step has a purpose and the right tunes. Low click is worth it.
All right, so the markers are down, the arrows are flying in this competition, and the cats are, well, they're somewhere in the funnel. So now let's take a few moments to reflect on your full funnel strategy.
Today, I learned how other sellers use sponsored display ads to retarget customer more actively.
Zong's strategy is very detailed and everything based on the numbers, based on the strategy, based on his experience.
I like how David starts at the bottom and works his way to the top. This generates affirmative momentum for the algorithm, which is so important. I also like how Nguyen works with both mega and micro influencers to achieve his goals. This is important to get both reach and authenticity.
All right, folks, you've seen the strategies, you've heard the debates, and you've witnessed the fierce competition among our experts. And now, it's your turn to judge. So who built the strongest full funnel marketing strategy for this pet backpack? Drop your vote in the comments below. So, until the next episode, may your CPCs be low, your ROAS be high, and your ads continually be building your brand and your profits. And please, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more episodes. I'm your host, Tim Jordan, and I'll see you again on the next installment of our Mastermind series.